Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So, on these types of problems, the state of Texas expects you all to be able to solve problems involving ratios, rates, and percents, including multi-step problems involving percent increase and percent decrease and financial literacy problems. Alright, so here. They're telling us that the price of a watch went from $75 to $60. By what percentage was the price of the video game reduced? Alright, so in class we've discussed several ways. One way that y'all can do it is using this formula over here if y'all want to see it that way. Excuse me. It's the difference over the original, or may I say the difference divided by the original times 100. Because when you divide the difference by the original, you end up with a decimal. But here, ladies and gentlemen, they're asking y'all for the percentage. So you have to convert that decimal into a percent. However, what I suggest y'all start getting use for the moment anyways, is to maybe get familiar and utilize this formula over here. The reason being, when we set this up, our answer will already give us the percent. We don't have to convert it into a percent, because that's what we're going to get. Alright, so let's go and work on this one. So, how do we find a difference? If something went from $75 to $60, what is the difference? We find a difference by subtracting. The difference in price here was $15. So that's the difference. But what was the original price? Was the original price $75 or $60? In this case, ladies and gentlemen, the original price was $75, because that's what they're saying. It went from. So it started off at $75, but was discounted, or am I saying marked down, to $60. And so we've already filled out that part. So we don't know the percent, so let's go to put an X there, and over 100. So now we cross multiply, ladies and gentlemen. We end up with 75 times X, or 75X, is equal to 1,500. Now, to solve for X, or the percent in this situation, we divide both sides by 75. Those cancel out, ladies and gentlemen, and we end up getting 20 as our answer. And if you all forgot, well, remember it's already a percent, so we just leave it alone. It's 20%. And just in case you all forgot, remember the top dog or top number goes inside your division house. The bottom number goes outside. 75 cannot go into 1. 75 cannot go into 15 either. However, 75 can go into 150 2 times. We have a remainder of 0. Please do not forget to drop down this last 0, ladies and gentlemen. And 75 goes into 0 times. And you have a remainder of 0. So there we go. That's how I came up with that 20. So that's my answer, 20%. But before I forget, another thing y'all could have done here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, what do I have? Once y'all would have figured out let me set it up here. So we had 15 over 75 is equal to X over 100. You all can simplify. You all can simplify those numbers. In this case, they're both divisible by 5. You can divide 5. Both of those numbers divide by 5. But if numbers are even, you can always divide them by 2. And that's a good start. And you could just keep dividing them by 2 if you still have numbers that are even. In this case, 15/75, you divide both sides by 5. 15/75, divide both sides by 5. And that simplifies to 3/15, which is equivalent to 15 over 75. But that's a lot easier to work with than those bigger numbers. So you would just do the same thing. 3 over 15 is equal to X over 100. Cross multiply. 15X equals 300. Divide both sides by 15, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all will still get 20% as an answer. Okay? And if y'all were to do it this way, using this formula here, it's the difference, which is 15, divided by the original, which is 75, times 100. And y'all would have ended up with 0.2, but, well, not that y'all would have, well, when you divide these two, you would have had 0.2, but when you multiply times 100, you would have had 20, and that would have given you that percent. So both of those ways would work.